Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today we're looking at CoraQuest. This is a dungeon crawler for the family, with a bit of design your own in there too. Lipstickpaddy's got his eye on this, so Lipstickpaddy, are you there? Please take it away. We interrupt this broadcast by letting you know that in February it is our anniversary on the 11th. So you have a chance to ask us any question you'd like by simply putting a question in the comments of this video, but put in brackets the word question, and we'll make sure it gets answered on our upcoming special day. The last day for entry is the 9th of February, so why not take a chance now and write your question in the comments. Many thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Alright peeps, CoraQuest is on Kickstarter, and now this is a kids game, obviously, if you've not heard of it. A dungeon crawler for the whole family, it says. Yep, it was basically designed in the last year. Very quickly designed. Simple design. Yeah, it's also coming in at a retail pledge of around 30. Let's just quick see this price. £30, so $42 for this box. And in some respects, it feels like a green light for retail. Like, this is going to get green lit, then it will go to retail space, and it can be quickly converted over to a retail box. It's not really doing anything Kickstarter other than green lighting is what I'm seeing here, but is it doing anything interesting in that space? Well, yes, it is. Now, I'm staying up here because the art here is probably the best in the video. I don't know why, but when you go down the page, you just don't see the art. Whoever designed this page doesn't understand that we need to see the art because it's not done. It's best seen in the videos. And I just want to say something about the tiles is I would love to see kind of water running through some of these tiles, some kind of flowers that are growing inside, just a bit more colour. It's looking very drab of a dungeon, a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, and it could be spiced up with a little bit of colour from the artist. You know, it's got plenty of time to go through other art passes. Now, most of the art on the heroes and the decks have been designed by children from all over the world and then spruced up by the main artist. So yeah, it has got this kind of, you know, primary school art that you might see on a wall in the arts, you know, the art room. Anyhow, now this game obviously been designed by father and daughter here, and there is another game coming out in just within 2 weeks, which is father and son. That one's got like 5 years in the creation. I did a preview video of it last week. I'll just put the link up here if you're interested in this. But it looks like, I don't know, they're coming very close together in competition, so it's almost a head-to-head here with two family-created games. And one looking much more richer because they've got a village of people working on it, whereas CoraQuest has a smaller team on it. The FAQ keeps saying, we are a small team in almost every question answered. We are a small team. Anyhow. Now, so it is plumbed for ages 6 and above, and there's a great tradition in the UK of arts and crafts with kids, and you can put your characters in the game. If your son or daughter draws a picture, there's a way of putting them in the game. And so that kind of create your own dungeon feel, I certainly think it's kind of cool. It's certainly getting a lot of buzz. Those YouTubers with kids that have been playing it, the kids have enjoyed it. And so there's like a nice story with the game and how it got produced and stuff like that. Now, it does encourage this creativity of designing the character. There's an app that you can then put them in, and then you can print it off, cut it up, and bang, it's in the game. Nice and easy. So, now these 16 standard dungeon cards, these are not double-sided, unfortunately. And it would be nice to double-side these. I know they have to stack up on the table, but you could put something on top of them to hide the top stacked dungeon. I think just because they're in a stack, you're stopping the double-sided tiles. And you could just have a holder or something to cover it over the top to do that. But yeah, that's kind of a limited thing. Now, the heroes themselves kind of look cool. They've all got like cheesy names, like, you know, dwarf, how simple can you get? And, you know, so it's almost at such a simple level that your child's character coming in here will fit directly in, because they potentially be even better than the ones they have here. Because they are so basic. Dwarf, not actually got a name, just dwarf. And, you know, just calling the dwarf something will make it a better card, right? Monsters as well. You can design all your monsters, you can design cards, you can design all the things that are in it, basically. You have this nice countdown tracker for your special abilities that your characters have. And also there's like a threat level here on the countdown that if you don't go and do some exploring, bad things will happen. You've got like a turn to kind of do stuff, then you've got to go exploring, else bad things will happen, like spiders will spawn in all the cobwebs in the map. Now the dice is kind of simple with just white and red dice. It would have been nice to see a third classifier of die just to increase the complexity, because it's kind of sitting around the younger age, and if you put an extra die in here, then you're kind of extending the age group to maybe, I don't know, teenage. There's another thing that I'm not too happy with, is when you destroy an enemy, that's it. I would have much preferred it if you destroyed an enemy, you got some coins, and after the dungeon, or even if you find someone in the dungeon, a shop maybe that you can buy something, that would have been far beneficial, because it feels like you're gaining things going through the dungeon. There's no like levels up other than getting treasure. There's no kind of role playing happening here with your characters, and that's a big miss for me. I mean, dungeon crawler without a role play, this is my problem with it, is that the characters are not growing other than getting equipment. A shop would have been nicer, because you can then at least roll your character, as in, I'm now saving up, I'm now going to buy something, oh, I'm getting into the role. But here it's just, I'm mucking around and just getting armor and stuff, and it doesn't really matter other than just, you know, an hour, just spend an hour on the table. So I wish a shop comes in and something happens when you kill these enemies, because some of these enemies are stronger, they could give you more gold and all that stuff. So yeah, I feel that definitely needs to come in, the kind of currency aspect of the game, and a shop would be lovely. Now the shop could come out as an add-on. It would be fantastic if it did. I'm definitely up for an add-on for more dungeon tiles, certainly am. And there is an exciting campaign planned, because if you've got a child there, potentially there's going to be some kind of social competition maybe, where your child can design something in the game. So if you're a parent watching this, keep your eye out on this game, because you might be able to help with that. Now, create your own adventures. If that's your jam, then there we go. Combat, it is quite simple. Like I said, I would have preferred something like that. A legendary weapon would be good. Legendary armor would be good. This kind of thing that gets Everyone excited about dungeon crawlers is finding the legendary gear would be good, or having a shop that has legendary items in it that you have to go dungeoneering to pay for them. That would also be good, especially stuff that costs a lot of money and would need to go at least going on a couple of quests before you can buy that stuff. That would be really cool. There's like good potential here. But the game's kind of set up that if this doesn't come out as an add-on, you can just wing it and make it yourself. It's kind of a philosophy around the campaign. I really hope the campaign puts some add-ons on, because if it extends and puts a shop in the game, then you can start creating your own shop items. That would be cool as well. And have some extra dice for these legendary items, and just have some extra dice. Now it's getting good reception. Definitely getting good reception. It is kind of simple. I think for me, it's just the role-playing aspect needs to be further developed, just to get, as I've mentioned, a bit more. And when you're asking for more of a game, that's a good thing. It really is a good thing. Now, lots of praise, and community-wise, all looking good. If you've got a son or daughter, get your Crayolas out and get pictures going. It would be nice if they give a little art direction, because often when you say a colouring direction, you know, it's like this needs to be limited to A4 to fit on the designed paper, because if you get one this wide with hair that big, how are you going to get that on a standee? And this monster here, look how wide it is. How are you going to get that on a standee? You're obviously needs, if they're going to say drawing competition, please, portrait A4 maximum. There you go. Alright. Well, here's Cora the designer, age 8 at the minute, and down at 45. Good celebrities from the Dice Tower, if you don't know. Gary King, he's the one doing the art pass over, which is looking good, and Mr. Cook here, he's dealing with all the back end of stuff and all that good stuff. So props to the team. It's like a little team, but all very good. So there we go. It's like a simplified dungeon crawler, simplified characters, so you can encourage that kind of design your own character to come into it. It is looking super cool. I'd like to see what's happening in the campaign though, especially the competition. Yes. And I do want to see money drops. I want to see money drops. I want to see a shop. I want to see legendary gear. And I think it would be nice for some extra standees to replace your heroes when they've armoured up. Maybe there is some class armour for the heroes that they can buy in the shop, and then your standee changes, and when they come in for the next quest, they've got that fantastic new armour on their standee, and it will look super cool because you've took ages to pay for that, right? That would look really good. Anyhow, there's some of my thoughts of CoraQuest. Alright, so on day one, where is it? On day one, it's a retail game, trying to get greenlit for retail. Hopefully we'll get to see some interesting stretch goals. It has absolutely busted through its small goal, and it is doing well with over 1,000 backers on day one. I do feel there is some big competition coming with the other game. That's coming out on the 11th of February. That is looking incredible. So, but then again, you know, if you've got two games in the same category of designed by kids, it can kind of work for them both, and you end up getting them both. Look at Primal and Monster Hunter. They're potentially you're going to get both of those, right? So competition can be a good thing, and all that stuff. But do we recommend it? Of course we recommend it. If you've got a kid, it's like shouting out for you. But for me, I'm a parent too. I am a little bit of a snob, and I want to see more to a dungeon crawler with an RPG. Because at the minute, I've got Catacombs 3rd edition, which is a dungeon crawler dexterity game with a shop that my kids can enjoy. So, you know, if I want to push them into another experience, I want at least give them that aspect of the shop, because it's the shop that they love the most about it. They love saving up and paying for super great equipment for the next dungeon, right? So yeah, for me, in my own house, that's the competition, Catacombs 3rd edition. It needs to, you know, obviously this is not dexterity, but if I'm bringing them over to this kind of dice chucker, then it would be nice to have those moments, have that legendary gear and that stuff. I kind of banging this drum. So yeah. But anyway, I'm looking forward to see what it brings to the campaign. I will come back with final thoughts to tell you how it's been going. It is an exciting concept on day one, and we'll just see where the game gets stretched. So yeah. Well, on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. I've been Lipstickpaddy, your host. You've been listening to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. And yeah, you take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now.